My topic is Oscar Wilde and his life and some of his famous works. Um, he's one of my favorite Victorian authors. I love him. Alright. Okay. So his early life, he was born October 16th, 1854, to Sir William Wilde and Jane Wilde. William Wilde was an ear and eye surgeon, but he was also an author, and his mother was an author and a poet. She wrote under the name Speranza, so Oscar Wilde grew up very, educated, already in the writing, in the writing world already. He attended Trinity College and Magdalen College under scholarships, and that's where he wrote that's where his writing career really took off. That's where he started his writing career, was in college. His early career, he wrote Ravenna, which was a really long poem, and it won the Newdigate Prize. And then he published Poems, which is a series of different poems, in 1881. From 1887 to 1889, he edited for the Women's Magazine. And then after that, he wrote The Happy Prince and Other Tales and House of Pomegranates, which are both fairy tales. And they were his first works of fiction and his first actual stories. This is a picture of the cover of the original cover of House of Pomegranates, and this is the original cover of The Happy Prince and Other Tales. His personal life, he married Constance Lloyd in 1884, and his first son Cyril was born in 1885, and the second son Vivian was born in 1886. They do not get officially divorced, but she does take custody of both children, because Oscar Wilde was not very faithful to his wife. Oscar Wilde was gay, according in the famous words of Miss Vance. He was wildly gay, and one of the articles that I used actually referred to him as a practicing homosexual, which I thought was really funny. But he had numerous affairs with numerous men, but most notably Lord Alfred Douglas. It started in 1891, and it was made public by Alfred Douglas's father. He found out about it, and he was really mad about it, and so he sent a calling card to I think a private club that Oscar attended, and called him a posing sodomite. So yeah. There was actually a movie made, I don't remember, it was 1997. It's called Wild, and Jude Law stars as Lord Alfred Douglas. And this is a picture of Oscar Wilde and Alfred Douglas, and this is Alfred Douglas. At the time in England, homosexuality was considered, it was a criminal act, and their affair was made public. And Alfred Douglas's father wanted to take Oscar Wilde to court, and he did. He was put on trial for homosexuality on April 26th, 1895, and at first the jury was not able to reach a verdict. So 3 weeks later, Oscar was retried, and he was convicted of 25 accounts of gross indecency, I think. This is a poster from, I think, the newspaper of the trial of the Oscar Wilde at Bow Street. His prison sentence, he was sentenced to 2 years hard labor, which was the maximum sentence given for gross indecency. He spent the beginning of his sentence at the Pentonville prison in London. And this is a sketch of the Pentonville prison. And then he was transferred to the Reading Gaol, which is this. And so he finished his sentence there. After prison, he was exiled to France, and he lived there for 3 years before he died. His health, it got really bad while he was in prison, and it only continued to get worse after he was out. He created his last work, which was Ballad of the Reading Gaol, which was about an execution that happened while he was at the gaol. So this was the last work he created before he died. He died in Paris on November 30th, 1900. He was only 46 years old. This is, I assume you can stay here. This is the room that he lived in while he was staying in Paris, exiled there. And this is a plaque. It's in French, so I can't really tell you what it says. But it's a plaque on the building where he lived when he died. Oscar Wilde's famous works. I picked 2 of my favorites, The Picture of Dorian Gray and The Importance of Being Earnest. The Picture of Dorian Gray is one of my all-time, most favorite, classic literature novels. It was originally published to a magazine, but Oscar Wilde revised it and added 6 chapters and released it as a novel. It's his only actual novel, because House of Pomegranates and The Happy Prince and Other Tales, they're just a collection of stories, they're not actual novels, so Dorian Gray was the only actual novel that he wrote. And it's about Dorian Gray, and this painter paints a picture of him, and he wishes that the painting would age and he would stay young forever, and you come to find out that he, to be careful what you wish for, because it ends up being his demise, and it's an important lesson on how age and experience are important to a person, and that eternal youth is not what everyone thinks it would be. And the Importance of Being Earnest is, it's a play about Algernon and Jack. And Jack has this friend named Bunbury, who doesn't actually exist, but he basically uses Bunbury, this invalid that he created, as an excuse for when he wants to go to the city and live his best life, and then he comes home and pretends to be Jack again. And it was a critique. It was like a satirical play of Victorian society, and how all of their issues and all of the things that upper class Victorian society tended to focus on were very trivial and silly compared to any real issues going on in the world at the time. But it was really cute. It's a really cute play, and it's a really cute movie. It's got Reese Witherspoon and Colin Firth, and it was just really good. So that is my presentation. on Oscar Wilde and his life and famous works. This is my works-cited page. He's just one of my favorite, like, classic literature authors ever. Dorian Gray is one of my favorite books ever. So this was really fun, and I enjoyed learning about him. So that's it.